Hello my beautiful fragrance family, Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and give me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. That $40-ish and under dollar range. Most of these are way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. Got another list for you guys here today, and I know I'm not like the only reviewer that's doing this right now for springtime fragrances. 5 cheapies for the spring, and let's face it, spring starting, so that's why they're popping up like crazy. So without further ado, let's just jump right into this thing. No particular order, by the way. First up, Fingerprint Magnet, Armaf's Club de Nuit Sillage. The Creed's Silver Mountain Water Clone. I usually don't do clones in these list videos, but I'm making a little bit of an exception right now because some of these are just great for the spring. So this one it got a lot of citrus, black currant. It's got that metal, inky, floral muskiness about it while maintaining all the greenery, all the crispness of the original Silver Mountain water. This is a little bit more aggressive. It's a little bit louder than the original, but it's not off-putting or anything. Like you get Club de Nuit, the EDT, and it's super sharp and aggressive, and then it morphs, the dry down turns into something just smoky and magical. This one, the dry down does change a little bit, and it gets even closer to the original, but it's not like the opening is something that you have to get over or something, or just put up with. The opening is very nice in this. It's a bit mature though. It's a very mature opening. There's a lot of florals in the opening of this. Like I said, there's that black currant, citrus and black currant with that metal inkiness and a strong dose of like mature florals. Like almost like, I hate saying it like this, but like that old man kind of thing, but in a very pleasant way. If that makes any kind of sense. This thing's awesome. It's great for the spring, very loud, long lasting. This is like a 9-hour fragrance. I've wore this thing several times already. I'm gonna keep on wearing this thing. And again, Club de Nuit Sillage by Armaf. Up next, we will go with Lattafa's Raghba. This is basically a pretty close interpretation to another Creed, Green Irish Tweed. It's kind of like that, but with a little bit of a Middle Eastern spicy twist on it. I had Train Nuit by Armaf, and that's very close to Green Irish Tweed, really accurate. It doesn't have really any of that spiciness that this one has. That fragrance is no longer in my collection, not of my own fault, but this one, it's lemony violet leaf, creamy sandalwood, and ambroxan. Those are the main things in this. I'm gonna get a spritz of this thing. Yeah, crisp lemony violet leaf. It captures that fresh green cut grass that Green Irish Tweed is known for. Green Irish Tweed came out a long time ago. It's a classic fragrance that's still relevant today. This is like it's not old man smelling whatsoever, but this is like a grown man's green, fresh, classy fragrance. Again, lemony violet leaf really captures that fresh green cut grass. Projection, about average. Performance isn't too bad. It's an average performing fragrance, so for being a fresh, green, uplifting springtime fragrance, that's not too bad. It's not bad at all. In fact, all these fragrances are at least that. So this one you can find for like $20 to $25 online, and again, I find a lot of my Lattafas on like Amazon because it's free shipping and there's like no hassle on like Amazon Prime, so there's that. Up next, I've mentioned this one several times. It's not like I'm trying to like hype this one up per se. It might seem like it, but it's just checking a lot of these boxes. And it really is a good smelling fragrance. And man, for this time of year, Banana Republic's Vintage Green makes another one of my videos. And this is a bergamot citrus, but it almost has a lemony vibe. Bergamot citrus green tea, fig, and a little bit of wood. That fig gives it like that sweetness that you would find, like I keep saying this, like in a can of sweetened green iced tea. The fig is like the sweetener. The bergamot plays like a role as like the lemon. The green tea is very, very dominant, not dominant, but very pronounced, very detectable in this. And the woods just, like the vetiver just gives it a nice little thing to land on. It's just there, kind of giving it a little bit of body. It's not like a woody fragrance, but like I said, sweet and green tea straight out of the can or something. Put that in a nice smelling fragrance, and that's what you get here with average projection and average performance on me anyhow. And yeah, it makes the cut. Great smelling fragrance. Up next is one that is actually discontinued, but you can still find this one readily available online for like the upper 20s, close to like $30. I hate these size bottles. It's not a 3.4. It's like a 2 point something, like 2.7 or whatever. But again, it's discontinued, but still readily available at a decent price. It's not a new fragrance, but man, this thing is great for the spring. And I'm talking about Miyake's Issey Low Blue. And man, I mean, the dent in that thing, you know? This one is very herbal. It's got juniper, it's got rosemary, a lot of juniper, a lot of rosemary and juniper, and a lot of woods, a little bit of spiciness. Right there it is. Strong atomizer. Man, yeah, green, spicy, not crazy spicy, but a little bit spicy. A lot of rosemary and juniper. Rosemary, juniper, wood, dominant fragrance. Green, there's a million notes listed in this thing, but mostly that juniper is dominant in this thing. And for the springtime, if you want a good, it's sharp, piercing, loud, long-lasting, projects really good. Not super long-lasting, 7 hours or so, 6 to 7 hours, but the projection for like the first hour is pretty decent because this thing is piercing. It is a piercing juniper, rosemary, woody, green fragrance. Issey Miyake Issey Low Blue. If you haven't already checked this one out, go ahead and check it out. And up next, last but not least, hope I don't get fingerprints. These things are fingerprint magnets. They're all like, some of these are super chrome. Guess Man. Find this one at the local rack stores all the time for like 20 bucks. And this is a spicy green fur suede kind of a fragrance. Kind of reminiscent, and I almost put this one in the video, is Penguin's original blend. And you see that one at the rack stores commonly for like $13. Another good one for this. Almost made the cut, but I decided to go with this one. This is like a 2006 release, so it's been around for a minute, but it's got some wormwood in here. But it's spicy green, that fur. It helps give this thing that springtime vibe, and the suede gives it a nice smoothness, so it doesn't really have anything sharp going on. This almost has a little bit of that pencil shavings powder thing that I say that the Penguin original Burberry Touch. It shares a lot of similarities to Burberry Touch. If you like Burberry Touch, then check this one out, because it's kind of like the spring version of that, in my opinion. Burberry Touch springtime version. Guess Man. So that's my little 5 fragrance list for the springtime of cheapies. And yeah, I'm going to be wearing these things. I like every one of them. They're not necessarily compliment getters per se, but these are fragrances. You're not supposed to wear them for compliments anyhow. You're supposed to wear them for your own personal enjoyment. And these are ones that, man, when I get in that little scent bubble, I just love the way that these things smell. And yeah, so there's that. And I'm going to keep these things coming, keep the list coming, keep the individual reviews coming. So with that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.